Good morning. This is the May 15, 2018 Site Plan Review Committee meeting. Members in attendance today from the Assessor's Office, Dana Brangiforti, Police Chief Jim Guido, Building Department Co-Consultant Pat DeMarco, Building Inspector Ben DeCristoforo, Nick Rystrom, City Engineer, Donald Goodwin, Superintendent of Public Works, Mark Locke, Plumbing Inspector, and Frank Stringy, City Planner. The first item on the agenda is 1 Leonard Road. Ian? Okay, Ian.
This is the variance that was recorded.
Yes. Okay. This is for a second-story addition to a two-family dwelling on 1 Leonard Road. A ZBA decision has been made back on March 28th, allowing the addition. And so you're back here because this had to be recorded, which
Yes.
this was.
And I have plans.
Do you have your revised plan?
Yeah.
Ian, did you go before the Conservation Commission on this?
Conservation?
Well, you're in the 100-year floodplain. And this is just a second floor addition, so it's not touching the main structure at all, ground floor.
Substantial, Frank.
No, it's not substantial. Okay,
Yeah, it's nothing on the ground, just second story.
okay.
I think she has an existing order of conditions for the first edition.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Keep that.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Is this on e-permitting?
Is this what?
On e-permitting, did you file this on the new e-permitting
I don't
system?
think she's filed anything yet, you're all site plan
Okay,
line.
all right.
No, I didn't know I had to file
Okay.
this too.
So I'm not allowed to do a site plan review letter until everything is filed on e-permitting. I see that task up there, then I put a site plan review letter together. So once it's on, I will get a
So,
site
Ann, what
plan
you
review
can do, you
letter.
can head over to the building department, and we can have someone over there help you. So you submit your site plan review request, and then it'll go through the process, and then Frank will issue a site plan review letter, and then we can go right to permitting.
Okay, just go over to the building
Yeah,
department
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
and
We'll,
then-
we'll
and
have
then-
somebody over there help you.
Yeah, you'll have to do it anyways for your building permit, so you might as well get that started right away.
Okay.
Are you gonna pull the permit yourself, Ann, or are you gonna have a
No,
contractor?
contractors
Okay.
own their own permits.
So what we may do is have you submit the site plan review application, and then your contractor then can come in and submit it through e-permitting. He could do it at his convenience of his home, or he can come into the building department.
Okay, and once that is done, site plan review letter will be issued. It'll be on e-permitting. Your contractor, or whoever files, will get an email copy of that.
Okay.
And then you'll be good to get started with your building permit.
Okay, so I'll go over to the building
Yeah.
department now.
Take care of that now.
Okay. You're from the fire department. Did you want a set of plans too? It shows where the detector should be, and you're gonna make a date to come
So there was
down.
an issue with variance.
Substantial for non-conforming structure.
Yeah, you can have that. Okay, so do I have to get in touch with you anymore now to?
Not with the permit, where you have, your contractor wants to close out the files, puts his license in, I can comment with it.
My electrician?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
All set,
thank
Ann.
you. I was 50 years younger, I tell you. Have a nice day.
Next, a site plan for 450 Revere Beach Boulevard for an 8-unit condo project. All right.
So, I've been working with some architects who specialize in sustainable buildings, and they put together this drawing for 8 units to be built in the back lot of 450 Revere Beach Boulevard. The existing structure would be torn down. This is actually right about the same height of the proposal of the variance that's already been issued for this two-family, which was going to sit right about here. It's further from the lot lines, it's further from the neighbors. It's obviously a superior building to the one that was, that already has the special permit. Or the,
So you went for a variance for the two-family. When was that issued?
probably right about this time last year. So,
Around May of 2017?
yeah, I think so. I can look it up.
Do you have a plot plan showing this?
Yes, but I'm sorry that it's small. I don't have, well, this is the one with the stickies on it. So this is where the building would sit, and the parking is basically where the building is now. And then this is the one that they did, but it's tiny, because I don't have big paper, sorry. So I'm gonna give, obviously have to have the structural engineer to update that, but they just got me the plans yesterday, so. The sewers shows on there.
There's multiple lots here. I'm looking for the total. What's your total lot size?
It's like 9650.
So,
Yep. Sure.
what is presently there? Is it a single family?
It's a single family there now.
Okay. So you presently have a single family, which is a non-conforming structure, because it's on, you need 25,000 square feet
Right.
and 100-foot frontage, and obviously you don't have that, and you
Right.
don't meet the setbacks.
Right.
So any change that's more than a two-family requires a special permit through the city
Yes.
council.
Yeah.
Can we just have one conversation at a time, because it's just difficult with...
That's another advantage, is what you're talking about. It'll be further from the sewer easement, or the existing house, and the approved house would sit almost on the sewer easement. Actually, the corner of it touches the sewer easement, so this would give a lot more clearance to the sewer easement.
Well, if you want to go forward with this, it's going to require a special permit,
Right,
so you'll have to do your due diligence with that, and
Yep.
talk to your abutters and meet with
absolutely.
everybody, and come back to us with a more formal plan. We will officially have to deny you
Right,
in an official denial letter,
yeah.
and then you can try taking your petition to the city council. Okay?
So I know that that all has to happen, but everybody's here now, so I'd like to hear, your major objections, so that I can determine what's the best way forward.
So what is changing on the lot? This is all vacant back here, correct? And the
This
structure is up
this
here.
You're right, this is the existing structure, and
Yeah.
that'll be torn down, and it'll be plantings and parking.
How many parking spaces you providing here?
There are 8 now, but I'm trying to make more.
Would these be one-bedroom units?
Yeah,
So that would be a total of 12 parking spaces you would be required to have.
okay.
So, you
Yeah, I
have-
mean, we can continue this, there's potential for parking under the building, because obviously it has to be a raised structure anyway. And right now, it's just open, so we could potentially have some people parking inside here, and then, if we only need 4 more, that should do it.
yeah. Just be aware, there's quite a bit of relief that you're asking for here, in terms of your setbacks and your lot size. And,
Parking, aisle widths.
yeah, access to the lot, and right now, existing pavement ends right here, so, you'd have to continue a roadway there to your parking lot, and provide a cul-de-sac, so fire department can turn around.
So
Yeah.
It's 20 feet.
It's only 20 feet.
Yeah, that one, right away is 20 feet.
Yeah.
And actually, on all sides of it,
Can you see that on that small plan?
I know, I'm sorry, it's so small.
Just take a look at this, you may be able to see it a little better.
And on all sides of the building, it's just parking lot. So it's not as if, we're close to another structure or anything. It's actually going to be further from the existing houses.
So you own this lot and these 3 lots?
Correct.
Not this one,
Right. This is Larry's parking lot here. It's parking for this
for
structure.
this structure.
Yeah.
Frank, what's the total square footage
9,000.
with the 3 lots?
Yeah. So, 25,000 is the minimum. But yeah, since they have a structure on it, it's non-conforming. She can petition the city council for a special permit for extension of a non-conforming structure.
I think the first thing she should do is meet with Council Powers.
Well, I think she understands that, and she, I don't know if she...
Yeah, I just got these yesterday, so now I have something to show
Yeah,
them.
okay. I think the issue you're going to have is just the massing of the structure and the size of it on an undersized lot. It's, I think two-family was appropriate for that, and that's how we always stood with this, but if you're willing to, you want to stretch that and try to petition the city council, it's your prerogative.
The problem with, if I put the two-family here, basically, no matter what I do here, because of the utility changes that have to be made, because of all the, work, basically, to put any kind of a decent structure here on either one, it's just too expensive, I put $1 million into a two-family, you know what I mean? It's gonna be worth like $600,000, and so I'm trying to just make it basically make sense for me to do all the utility work, all the, compliance work and stuff that I'll have to do in order to build anything.
Yeah. Well, it is a real stretch, and I think you were told that last time.
Yeah.
But if you want to pursue it, you know what the mechanism is. So, if you want to finalize this plot plan, come back to us for a formal denial letter. We will deny you,
Okay.
and you can take what action's available to you from there,
Okay.
okay? Yes, yeah.
Well, I created a thing in e-permitting. Is there another step now? Or is there anything else I have to do before?
Frank, we need a new
Well,
plot.
just to come here, I
Yeah,
did.
she's
Oh,
gonna
to
come back with
upload all the
that
plans
formal
and stuff.
plan.
What's the setback for that?
20 front, 20 in the side, and 30 in the rear.
Size of what?
Upload everything, okay.
30 in the rear, 20 on the side, and 20 on the front.
So she needs
Yeah,
all setbacks,
Yeah,
all 4.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's only a 10.
Okay, so that's the next step. I upload all the plans to the e-permitting, and then I come back here? Or do I just say everything's all set and you can issue the denial, or what's the,
Yes, just come back, we issue a denial letter. Then take that to the city clerk.
Have this input into e-permitting before you can issue the denial? Is it the same as for the site plan review letter?
I don't know,
My guess is, I'm not quite sure.
we can't, or else there'd be submissions for everything.
Correct.
But at least there would be a record of it.
Yeah,
And I think we want to keep a record of it, so.
it'll all go through the system.
And then the changes that take place after that will be part of that documented history on the property.
Everything's generated, the rejection letter is generated through e-permitting anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so do it, if you're in any permitting, yes. Formalize your plans, submit them through e-permitting, and that's all.
Okay, so then you can reject me, I don't need to come back
Right.
to site plan review?
That's
because we've
correct.
already- Okay,
Yes.
all right, super.
Well, we still don't we want to review the revised plan?
Well, they'll be submitted to e-permitting
Right, but she still should come back to site plan for comments.
with a hard copy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, so come back to site plan with your hard copy,
okay.
okay? You can take this with you, take that. Take that.
Are there any, aside from making it a two-family, are there any changes that you would like to see with this, or any
Well,
modifications?
You're going from a 2-family to an 8-family, maybe to a 4 units, and you have no setbacks, not enough parking. The whole neighbors are gonna oppose it, and first thing I'd be with Council Barbers. Because if he's opposed to it, then the council will be opposed to it. Because they always back up the ward council.
Our comments have not changed since your first submission. We told you this was too large, and to try to downsize it, and you're going forward with the same plan, so I hate to see you waste a lot of money in design and engineering costs and get rejected on this, so I would,
Maybe go to 6 units and get some of the setbacks, and then you'll have the parking, and you might fly.
try to make it as conforming as possible to the existing zoning requirements in terms, I know the site is difficult, it's a narrow site, and it's hard to meet those setbacks, so.
Well, it's the, I mean, we could meet it on the side.
Right, that's what I was talking about, the sides more than the rear.
Okay.
Frank, how much is the setback in the front?
20 feet is required.
But she's not parking in the front, so they might go for it.
Is the L shape, is
Yeah,
that considered frontage,
it's L-shaped.
or is it just the part that's
The frontage that's on the cul-de-sac, that's
Yeah.
frontage.
Oh,
not that part where the building?
No. But either way, it's not conforming.
well,
No.
the building's not 20 feet from the lot line. But if you go,
Was the cul-de-sac even on her property? Can I see that?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's a shade easement, okay.
Is that considered frontage? So, is this considered frontage?
No,
So then the 20 feet is here to here? Which she has.
no, that's not her property. There's the property line.
This is her property right there, Frank. Right, I mean, Nick, this is her frontage right there, on the radius.
That's it.
The quarter of the radius of the,
So that's more than 20 feet.
No, we're talking
oh,
about
front
setback.
yard setback.
We're talking about setback,
The front yard setback.
yeah,
No, that's just,
not from this side.
Yeah, I know, but that's why she'd get a variance, because it's an odd lot. But
just considered a side yard, right here, this side yard?
No,
What's that?
that's the front yard.
So this is the frontage?
This is the principal entrance. Wherever the entrance is, that's the front of the building, and you take your setback perpendicular to that side of the building.
Right, so that's what I'm saying, that's considered frontage, I think.
Frontage is only frontage when it's board, it's fronts on
So-
a way.
Frank, let me ask you, is this landlocked,
Yes,
this other piece of property?
yes.
There's no access to this?
The cul-de-sac is an easement, it's an access easement.
But there's no frontage up on the,
No, the only access is to where the parking is. In front of the existing building.
yeah, so right now, this is all landlocked by Larry's parking lot. So I have to come in here and then enter.
Right,
This is
okay,
how I
I
get
understand.
into my property.
okay.
Go back to the drawing boards again, even though it's a very nice-looking building. It's just very large for that lot.
So someone could end up building in front of her.
How do you arrive at the 8 units?
Block all the view.
Well, I hate to say it because we're on record, but I really want 6, and I was hoping that we could, I really need 6 to make the numbers work, and everybody said, well, you should go for more so they can talk you down, so it's a negotiating thing. But, my neighbor here,
Drove up behind the building.
my 2 neighbors were against the 2-family, and this one actually is the one who suggested putting it on the back lot, and I actually think that they're gonna be happier with this structure than they were with the idea of one being here, because it's so much closer to their property. I mean, that remains to be seen, I have to sit down with them as well.
From the boulevard, the back of the building, 60 feet. Off of the street. So maybe she can,
Call that a
see right
setback.
here, from here to here, 60 feet.
No, she doesn't own this
I
property.
understand, I'm saying from the beach, the building's 60 feet back.
It's more than that.
Right, it's not up on the sidewalk, so the 10 feet,
So it's
so
like,
it's plenty of frontage.
oh, yeah.
So what's the height of this building proposed? It's 4 stories, correct?
It's about 55 feet,
Which is way down in the hole.
yeah. It's still gonna be shorter than the buildings around it.
Right.
And shorter, actually, than the 2-family that was already approved.
two-family was 55 feet?
It's 56 and a half feet, yeah.
Really?
It's 3.5 stories, yeah, and plus you had to be 11 feet up, and the land's a little bit higher there, so. So you'd rather have, rather than me chopping a floor out of this and making it shorter, you'd rather have me make it, keep the height and make
Shrink
it
the mass of the
thinner?
building, and I think you're pushing it even at 6 units. Forget about 8 units. I think a compromise may be somewhere around 4 units.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be worth it.
Then-
You know, it's
well,
too
that- you have to
expensive to
determine
do
that,
the,
and-
yeah. Well, but that means we're leaving the horrific, you know, condemn-worthy structure that's there, which is, that thing is, you know.
6 might be the number with the parking.
Well, I
I
mean,
think the
She has the
ward
back.
council has to comment that in the butters. It's all about the council.
She should have a
and
name,
how they're
but
feeling,
Frank,
yeah.
if she has the parking, that's the biggest issue.
just know that,
Well, if she drops down to 6, she'll have extra parking. That's my point.
you know what the process is, all right? So you can start the process,
Okay.
and see what comes out of the wash, you know?
Yeah.
There's a, Larry's parking lot's gigantic down there. You could, I don't think that I think I'll be at a loss even with 4 two-bedroom units.
So that's 6 something each.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. That's still matters.
You think so? I'm looking at the,
We're at 150
yeah,
feet
I'm
from
looking
the
at the
roadway.
prices per square foot. It's like $350, so that would, it would,
And based on this layout, she can't do it.
I think they're only gonna sell for, I don't know, like 400 each. I don't know, but right now,
That number goes up with fully sprinkled, so
yeah.
you have to look at it.
Well, it is sustainable, you know, it is gonna be like a beautiful, but. Yeah,
So you'd have to fully
yeah,
sprinkle it.
That's the big unknown, you know, that's the big unknown is what they'll actually sell for. But if I look at the comps, it's like $350 a square foot, so 1,000 square foot structure's only gonna sell for $350,000. So it's not, you know, that's the whole building then is only 1.4 with 4 units, and it's gonna cost more than that to build.
So another issue you have to contend with is fire department access to the building.
Yeah,
And obviously the building, you're set back so far, the building will have to be sprinkled anyways, fully sprinkled.
right.
You're aware of that.
yeah.
What's the size of that sign, Tracy?
10 feet.
I'm not sure because of the depth of the building, whether another hydrant would be required. That's something in the back there.
Well, we have to see what the hydrant is on the street, but basically it's 150 feet from the building connection to the hydrant.
Okay, I think there's one right at the street there.
Wait, is this part of it?
There's one at the end of the driveway. Would that be close enough?
So she could put this building over
Well, we can-
here and put,
Yep.
she'd be better off.
I don't think the butters want them over there.
Because they'll be backed up. Let 'em go. Can you get me a name plaque?
Bring a hydrant down to the back. Then I definitely need 6 units.
We could talk about that later. Right now, she has to deal with severe zoning issues, and let's get beyond that point, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you
See you soon.
when you revise your plans.
Thank you.
All right. That will adjourn the Site Plan Review Committee meeting for May 15th, 2018.